Hi folks, hope you're okay today. It's good to be with you. I just want to talk just for a minute concerning a sexual assault that took place yesterday on me. Yesterday I was preaching the gospel and this woman came up to me. She came behind me. So I'm just preaching like this. She came behind me, she grabbed my buttocks, she started doing a sex act on me, and I'm like, what's going on here? Like, I'm like this, like, what's going on? And she's going like that, like, sexually on me. I don't know if she was a lesbian or someone from the progressive left. I don't know. But when I was preaching like this, I was just preaching, and then next thing I'm being moved like this, and she's pushing herself on me and holding my buttocks. If that had been done to a lesbian or a gay person, it would have been on the BBC. If that had been done to a Muslim, it would have been on the BBC. Because it's done to an evangelical Christian, nobody cares about it, nobody's bothered about it. Another example, that day, as I was preaching, somebody came up, had a load of seeds, bird seeds, and just threw them on over my head while I was preaching. If that had been done to a lesbian, a gay person, it'd have been on the BBC. That had been done to a Muslim, that would have been on the BBC as a hate crime. But no, when it's to do a preacher, when it's a street preacher, when it's an evangelical, doesn't matter. Another example, there was a crowd round me, and some people were switching off my mic. Some people were shouting at me disgusting things. So one atheist lady said, "You should be thrown under the tram." That's what she said. That had been said to a lesbian or a gay person, that would be on the BBC. If that had been said to about a Muslim, it'd be on the BBC. The woman who got behind me and sexually assaulted me, if I'd have done that, or any Christian, to a Muslim or a lesbian or a gay person, we'd be put in jail and we'd be fined or put in prison. If I'd have thrown seeds over a Muslim's head, or if I'd have thrown seeds over a gay person's head or a lesbian's head, I'd be arrested and put in jail. If I would have said to a gay person or a lesbian person that you should be thrown under a tram, I'd be immediately arrested and I'd be put in prison for a hate crime. What we're seeing today in this politically correct age is hypocrisy. You are the most hypocritical people around. You are the ones who say that evangelical Christians are preaching hate. But you're the ones who can do hatred. Say, do a sex act on somebody, a preacher, who can throw seeds on a preacher, and who can say a preacher should be thrown under a tram. You're the ones that can say these hateful things and do these hateful things. You in your you politically correct people, but yet you're the ones that are spreading the hate. You're the ones that are producing the hate. You're the ones that are fascists. Because if it was done on the other side, if I did it, I'd be arrested. I'd be put in prison. It'd be all over the BBC. Street preacher, hate crime, sex act on lesbian. Street preacher, hate crime, says lesbians should be thrown under a tram. Hate crime, street preacher throws seeds on a lesbian. Yeah? But I haven't done those things. I don't say those things. I don't say anything like that. But yet it's been done to me. Did to me yesterday. Some woman grabbed me while I was preaching and started doing a sex act on me. Somebody came along and threw seeds on me while I was preaching, while there was a big crowd there, and the crowd did nothing about it. And some atheists said you should be thrown under a tram. That's what was said about me. That's what was done to me. It's not on the BBC anywhere. It's not said that. It's not in the newspapers anywhere. The police haven't come and arrested anybody. They've got it on CTV. No. It's a double standard age. It's an age of savagery. It's an age of bullies. It's an age of progressive leftists crazy people who want to bully people and force people to accept their way of thinking. And they're willing to do anything they want and antagonize and be abusive, even physically abusive to people, and yet nobody does anything about it. The police don't do anything about it, the press don't do anything about it, the mayor doesn't do anything about it. It's just double standards. So anybody who sees me preaching, don't call me anything. You look after yourself, you look after your own society. A society that thinks it can just grab a street preacher and start doing a sex act on them. A society that thinks it's okay to grab seeds and throw it on a street preacher. A society that thinks it's okay to say to a street preacher you should be thrown under a tram. And yet we have thousands of jihadists in the country. You're not bothered about them. You don't demonize them. You don't want them off the street. But yet an law-abiding street preacher who preaches the gospel and who's been preaching the gospel's been preached in this country for over 1,000 years. All that street preacher is doing is just preaching the same old message, and yet you'll abuse that preacher. But yet, if it came around on your end, that preacher would be arrested. It's hypocrisy. So just remember, politically correct people, when you start going around on your big hobby horse and saying hate preachers, just remember where the hate is. The hate isn't with me, because I'll hug you and I'll take you for a Costa coffee, at Costa Coffee. I'll do that for you. But you, what you'll do is you'll do a sex act on me, you will throw seeds on me, and what will you do? You'll say, oh, you should be thrown under a tram. That's your political correct age, my friend. It's intolerant. It's intolerant of Christianity. It's cutting the roots of its Western foundation. The foundation of the West was Judeo-Christianity, and you've cut that foundation and you've gone adrift. And in your drift and in your madness, those who love the society, those who are trying to give you a better way, a good way, you're abusing them. And if it comes the other way, if I say anything and criticize you, he's a hate preacher, arrest him. Throw him under the bus, throw stiff at him, sexually abuse him, doesn't matter, it's okay. We can do that because he's a hate preacher. We don't have hate. No. We'll do a sex act on him. We haven't got hate. No. We'll throw stuff at him. We haven't got hate. We'll say throw him under a tram. We haven't got hate. Haven't you? Where's the hate? The hate isn't with me because I don't hate anybody. I'm here to preach the love of Jesus. I'm here to preach the gospel. Not to grab someone and do a sex act when they're preaching. That's what happened to me yesterday, and it was disgraceful. And nobody in Manchester, nobody in the police, and nobody in the BBC did anything, said anything about it. Alright? Just remember that. That's your politically correct age, friends. God bless you.